Another difficult truth we have to accept is that MAGA's gaslighting on the topic of abortion worked. And abortion and Trump have really been a well-crafted scam now for a really long time. And I think it's worth starting at the beginning. We are going to look at this viral clip. A young woman was interviewed by MSNBC as to why she voted Trump. And here's what she had to say.
And I like that he didn't actually plan to ban abortion. He just brought it back to the States.
I like that he doesn't actually plan to ban abortion. He just brought it back to the States. We're going to get to this in a moment, but we have to start at the beginning. Donald Trump has been pro-choice his entire life. And we are to believe that when he was 68 years old, he met a kid that he liked. The kid's mother said, I thought about getting an abortion way back when, but I'm glad I didn't. And suddenly Trump had an awakening as a 68-year-old man. He had never considered this. And he said, you know what? I am the strongest pro-life president. I'm against abortion. It's terrible. And Democrats are doing all these terrible things. And I'm going to speak at the right to life and whatever. All BS. All BS. Crafted by Trump to run as a Republican. And then Trump's approach to politics has mostly been, I will take every side of an issue so that people can just go, oh, I don't like Trump's first position on this issue. I'll just believe that his second position on the issue is the real one. And case in point, on this issue of abortion, since the overturning of Roe v. Wade, Donald Trump has both played the position that he would be fine with a federal abortion ban, or that he would not go for a federal abortion ban, that he would be fine with states saying absolutely no abortion, no exceptions, or that there should be some exceptions. He played every side of the issue, and it worked where even some young voters said, I voted for him because he's not going to ban abortion. And here's the critical statistic. This is from a senior political reporter Aaron Blake at the Washington Post, who tweeted, in 2022, Democrats won voters who said abortion should be mostly legal by 22 points. In 2024, the voters who believe abortion should be legal in most cases were split 49% for Democrats, 49% for Republicans. It is a disaster of almost proportions that the English language almost cannot accurately describe. That we have one party that has campaigned on ending abortion, celebrated and encouraged Trump to appoint justices to the Supreme Court who would overturn Roe v. Wade. It happened. We now have hundreds of stories of women foregoing care for fear of what might happen legally. Doctors, OBGYNs fleeing states in order to avoid the possible legal repercussions of providing reproductive care. Women who have died either because they didn't seek care due to the law or they were denied care due to the law. We have all of that. All of that. And it's all the result of one party, the Republican Party. And the pro-choice vote is split 49-49 between Republicans and Democrats. It is mind-blowing. And at a certain point, you know, we don't wash our hands and walk away, but you have to give them credit. You bamboozled people and it worked. You took every side of this issue, tricked people into thinking that you're really the person that's actually for women's bodily autonomy and it's about states' rights and how lovely that, hey, you know what? If New York wants this, but if Texas wants that, then Texas can do it. And that's totally and completely fine, ignoring the real health and life repercussions of it. And then you get 49-49 from the pro-choice, I think abortion should be mostly legal vote. At some point, you've got to say, wow, congratulations. I mean, you did it through lying. You did it through subterfuge. You did it from circumventing law and order rather than coinciding with it. But you convinced these people. Now, it's not just congratulations, you did it. It's also, it's only possible because of the lack of critical thinking, the lack of an epistemological underpinning for so many of these voters, like, once again, this young lady.
And I like that he didn't actually plan to ban abortion. He just brought it back to the States.
Which, of course, it's sort of like when people used to say, The Civil War wasn't about slavery. The Civil War was about states' rights, which, of course, it's, yes, a state's right to keep slavery legal. Roe v. Wade overturning isn't about banning abortion. It's about states' rights. Yes, states' rights to completely ban abortion, criminalize reproductive health, and send women into a situation where some die, some need to figure out how to get to a different state to get the care that they need, and terrorize doctors, some into the point of leaving the state. It's about states' rights. They convinced people. They convinced people, and they are getting away with it. One of our sponsors is Zippix nicotine toothpicks. Don't you think it's time you stopped putting smoke and vape oils in your lungs? Zippix toothpicks are a convenient way to curb the nicotine cravings. Zippix toothpicks are super discreet. You can use them anytime, anywhere smoking and vaping aren't allowed, including flights, sporting events, in restaurants. They're available in 6 different flavors with options of 2 and 3 milligrams of nicotine. If you're not a nicotine user, Zippix also offers caffeine and B12 infused toothpicks. Zippix has already helped tens of thousands of customers ditch the cigarettes, ditch the vapes. They might be able to help you too. If you're a smoker or a vapor, give Zippix toothpicks a try. Your lungs will thank you. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com today. Save 10% with the code PACMAN10 at checkout. Just remember, you must be 21 or older to order. The link is down below.